What up, what up, what up to all my movie heads and my movie fan base? The movie man is back and he's in full effect, giving my perspective, retrospective review, a deep dive review of the movie that was released in 1998, Blade. One of the reasons why Blade is so important to me, I'm gonna say this, growing up as a black man in America, and the reason why Wesley Snipes, the actor, who was so important to me growing up as a black man in America, is because we didn't have that much role models in the way of film. Now I know what you're gonna say. We had Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy was a comedian. Eddie Murphy was an action hero. Denzel Washington was an actor. And I'm not saying Wesley Snipes wasn't an actor because he started out in soap operas. A lot of people don't know this, but before the Bad Video with Michael Jackson, he was a soap opera actor. You know, he did his first movie, I think, at 18 with Goldie Hawn and Woody Harrelson. I think it was called Wildcats. I never seen it, but it's like a football film. All I know is that growing up, Wesley Snipes was part of my childhood. Wesley Snipes was and will always embody Blade. I know that they gave it to Marsha Ella Ali, and I actually have to update him about that. He dropped out. That's right, Marsha Ella Ali. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name, but you know how us black people get with our names. Shaniqua, Keisha, Fasifa, and I kid you not, those are real names. I just didn't make that up in my head. Those are real names I just said. So if I mispronounce Marsha Ella Ali, forgive me for that. But he dropped out. He been a burner on Blade's character and in this movie for a good 5 years. That's right, guys. It's been 5 years since it's been announced that Mr. Ali was supposed to be the new Blade. And with Wesley Snipes kind of make a comeback with the character Blade, as I said, I'm doing this video because it's very relevant. I think, and this is my opinion, they should have stuck with Wesley Snipes. They should never strung Marsha Ella Ali like that. They should never strung him up like that. That's some bullshit. Up here. Up this every damn where. Anyway, as I was saying about Marsha Ella Ali, he dropped out, and so did the director. I can't blame them. He missed a couple of projects, the director, because he was supposed to be directing something else. Marsha Ella Ali missed a couple of movies he was supposed to be in because he was dedicated to the movie Blade. He was being trained, you know, just like Wesley Snipes. And again, he's not Wesley Snipes. He's not trained in just to a Brazilian, you know, I can't remember the name of what he's trained. Brazilian, it's a Brazilian art form of karate. It's very hard though. You got to flip, you got to move. That's a very hard art to really conquer. But as I said before, Wesley Snipes was just a real deal. And nothing against Mr. Ali, but they didn't call Wesley Snipes the father of the MCU for no reason. Let me break the Blade character down because a lot of Gen Zers actually don't know, and there's a few Gen Xers that do not know that this character was back in the 70s. That's right, guys. Before Night Stalkers, you know, because I know some people think he was a side comic kind of character, and I thought that too. I actually thought that too. But Blade, his birth name Eric Cross Brooks, legal name Frank Blade. He is kind of an anti-hero, and he was created by Marv Wolfman, and Gene Colan. His kind of first appearance, believe it or not, was in the Tomb of Dracula, number 10, and that was July in 1973. So you can see 1973. He was around. He was literally around. The only character that was before him was Black Panther in Fantastic Four. And I remember that. Black Panther, it was in the 60s, and Blade, the character, was in 73. A lot of people may not know this, but Blade was a supporting character because Dracula was the star and Van Helsing and all them, but he was a supporting character. And he was so popular, though. He was so popular that he went on to star in his own storylines. And Mr. Eric Cross Brooks became a perfect vampire hunter. He used psychology. That's one thing I love about the Blade comics and what I love about the Blade character. Now, he portrayed more of the psychology in the comics than the character. And side note, that Wesley Snipes embodied this character so much that you can see the comics that it looked a certain way. Well, after Wesley Snipes played it, they changed the character into Wesley Snipes. That's right. They literally changed it into him. So when you see the comic books now, it looks just like Wesley Snipes. That's why I say he embodies Blade. Blade was meant for him. A lot of people don't know that, but you know, people say, the character you see now in the Blade bloodline, everything was Wesley Snipes. I don't think Marvel had an inkling of iota that this character was going to be big time. You know, they just gave it to New Line Cinema and said, hey, turn this supporting character. He was a supporting character in 1973. He had his own storylines, but he really was still a supporting character in the Night Stalkers. And because Wesley embodied that character, they changed that comic book real quick. They changed it up because the brother was that good. He was that good. Anyway, back to the character of Blade. You know, he has appeared in Spider-Man, the animated series, and he had a anime series. And now I know he's in the storyline, the Bloodline. I know, you know, if you don't follow that, I don't follow that much, but I read, I follow Dope Spill Comics, and he got the breakdown to that. So go check Dope Spill Comics out. Dope Spill didn't pay me for this, just go check him out. As I said before about Blade, he was so popular after 1973, he had his own storyline and his own solo story in a black and white horror comic magazine called Vampire Tales. Never read it, but you know, it was popular back then. Vampire Tales #8. And this was in 1974. It was an 11-page story, and it was so popular that they went to put him in Vampire Tales #12. And then it died down a little bit after that. But Blade then became more popular in 1990s when he starred along Ghost Rider in 1992 in literally the first issue of the Midnight Suns. That's right, that video game, which I'm sorry, I couldn't get with that video game at all. I just couldn't. But he starred with Ghost Rider, and then, you know, came with the Night Stalkers, Morbius. He had Midnight Suns Unlimited. You know, he started Ghost Rider Blades with Vengeance. Another side note to Blade, this wasn't Wesley Snipes' first choice. His first choice was Black Panther. The first choice of Blade when New Line Cinema approached Denzel Washington. They did not approach Wesley Snipes first. It was Denzel Washington, and he turned it down. And Wesley Snipes took Blade because he couldn't get Black Panther made. There was no backing, there was no insurance. The price was too astronomical, it was too expensive. So basically he chose Blade because it was less expensive. And there goes movie history. As I said before, guys, Blade, the most important Marvel character, the father of the MCU, the movie man, out.